Good morning, everyone. I just got to school. It's Thursday, and every Thursday we do circles. It's very rare that something happens and we don't end up doing circles. So sometimes I forget that Thursday's coming, and I don't really have my lessons like specifically planned to do in a circle, but it's been kind of a cool challenge for me just to make whatever I'm doing fit within that like structure for a lesson. So it's kind of fun. So I'll show you my oh, it's 8 a.m. I'll show you my just lesson board for today. So with my history students, we're studying early civilizations, and we've been studying Babylonian society. I will link, goodness, that bell. That bell is obnoxious. I will link the Stanford Sheg lesson plan that I'm using for this Babylonian society deal below. So within our circles, we are going to be answering the questions that we would normally, just do in a typical class structure, but we're going to do it in circles. Also, my third period class, we need to set up our jobs because we're going to do a mystery hangout tomorrow. I have done a mystery hangout with almost all of my periods so far. I've got one left to go after them. With my English 6 class, we are reading Wonder, so we'll just kind of recap what we've been doing lately, and then we're going to look at the conflicts within Wonder. For my 8th graders, we are using the collections curriculum, and we're on the 2nd unit. It's called The Thrill of Horror. And yesterday we read The Monkey's Paw, which they loved. So we are going to talk about the story today in circles. This is our schedule today. It's always different and crazy. There are people that get like panic attacks when I show them my schedule. They're like, why? Why is that how you do it? These are our expectations for circles. I'm going to make sure to listen with respect, and that is very hard. The very first thing, most people have a hard time with that. Don't yuck each other's yums. Just mean when somebody gives a response, you don't say, oh, what, that's stupid. I don't think the same thing. So, just got to make sure we support each other. We also want to be interesting yet concise. Some people kind of go on forever and ever. So we just asked them to think about what was the most interesting part of your story and just tell us that. And then speak your truth, that kind of relates to the fact that they don't always have to respond. They are allowed to pass sometimes, but certain things everyone should be able to answer. If I ask you, what color shoes are you wearing today? You can answer that. I don't really ask them that, but if I did. I put up a different board yesterday. This is where I just have my calendar, my flowers from Arcadia, and with my English classes we have been working on blending quotes into our writing, and so I got this from Read It, Write It, Learn It. These posters were part of a station lesson that we did the other day, so I decided to just hang these up as a reminder. So the Dodgers lost last night, and this is like LA, so a lot of our teachers are going to be very upset. I haven't gone into the teacher's lounge yet today, but I'm afraid people might be like crying and consoling each other. Oh, also let me show you this. These are the jobs that we need to assign for our mystery hangout tomorrow. I'm working on getting this on Teachers Pay Teachers. I'm not sure if I've copied this from somebody though, because people do mystery Skypes. So I've just kind of changed some of the information that I got from somebody else. So I don't know if I'm allowed to post that on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I've just made it work better for me. Maybe I'll just put it up there for free or something, or put it on my blog. So we have a couple interesting things going on today. Our school is turning 110. So yay, 110. And so all of the history classes are supposed to do some kind of a project about what was going on in 1907. My classes are doing local history. So I'm going to take some volunteer students to the local museum today, and we're going to see if we can find any artifacts or something that'll help us out, because we don't know what was happening in our city in 1907. And then I'm also supposed to go to a John Green book signing for Turtles All the Way Down. Another English teacher here and I are supposed to go. My husband, though, he coaches the basketball team here, and then he has another basketball team that he coaches, a league team, or travel ball league team. So he's got 2 practices today. So I either can't go or I have to take Jensen with me. So I haven't exactly decided what I'm going to do. The other teacher and I are supposed to carpool, and we're so excited. She calls John Green her boyfriend. Whenever she plays his videos, like Crash Course videos, she's like, all right, we're going to watch my boyfriend today. So both of us are huge John Green fans, so I don't want to miss it. And I already paid for it, and you get a free, well, you know, with your money, you get a signed copy of the book. So I definitely want to go. So I just have to figure that out today somehow. All right, I'm going to get set up for the day. Where is my coffee? Oh, it's over here. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna go check in with my heartbroken teachers and just see how everyone's doing. So this is what my room looks like right now on days when I have circles. And actually, okay, this is how the circle would look, but I also had 2 different clubs meet in my room at lunch, so the chairs are a little bit messed up. But this is what we do. I just have my kids move the tables to that side of the room and this side of the room, and then we make a big circle in the middle, and then I have 1 more period, so at the end of their class they will just push everything back into order. But it's disruptive. Some teachers don't like for their room to get all out of order every week, but I have them trained so that they do it themselves, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, as long as you train your kids to do all the work for you, then it's not so bad. It's 2:20 and I have to get over to the museum by 2:45, but this is just like the bare minimum that I do before the end of the day. I just like switch up my objectives and agenda over there for tomorrow's classes. I just changed the date on the board, and I just need to write a couple things down in my planner. So let's see, for tomorrow, all right, what are we doing? I just have my Purple Trail planner here. I just did a video actually on all of my planners. My everything is a mess. Everything is a mess in here. I am pretty organized, but at the same time I just have papers everywhere. Okay, so tomorrow for History 6, 3rd period, we're doing a mystery hangout, so that's exciting. Everybody else is doing, okay, we're doing the Babylon response page. 3rd period, I guess, is just gonna have to do it for homework. This is going to be the next page in their Mesopotamia interactive notebook. Okay, so that's for History 6. All right, for English, all right, we are wrapping up. Okay, so I'm just gonna say finish story elements packet. Okay, we are also going to finish the book. We're gonna read that all together. Oh, today we did the Miranda chapter, that's right. For a minute we were spending all this time on the Justin chapter, but I liked the Miranda chapter better. Okay, then I'm trying to write this little prompt. I still have to figure out how to word it right, but one of the themes of wonder, I feel like, is misunderstandings between people because they just don't understand the other person's point of view. But the book is written from so many different points of view that as the reader, we get to see, like, for example, Via doesn't understand why Miranda doesn't hang out with her anymore. But then when we read Miranda's chapter, we understand everything that's going on behind the scenes with Miranda. So, and that happens with a lot of characters, even like with Julian and with Jack and with August. Like Jack and August have a conflict and we find out why. So I want them to write an essay about one of the conflicts that happens in the book that as a reader we get to see both sides of the story, or we see like both points of view, and how seeing both points of view helps us to understand the conflict better. So, you know, I'm hoping this will like seep over into real life. So I want to finish this prompt tonight. It's in my drive, so I can just work on it at home. Ugh, if I have time. I'm so busy today. Okay, so hopefully we'll have enough time for that tomorrow. Oh, we need to do something for Veterans Day also. Okay, I'll get to that later. All right, so then with my English 8, we finished Monkey's Paw today and did some just like comprehension questions about it. They really like that story. If you haven't read that story, it's really good. You should read it. Okay, and at 5:30, we're gonna go get dinner. All right, I'm gonna try and take you along some of this stuff. Let me see what I can actually film. Crazy day, but good, fun stuff. It's very gloomy outside today. It looks so late, like it's really late at night. Okay, 2:25. All right, I take this with me. Ugh, I can't find my Chromebook charger, but that means that a kid has it because I do keep track of that. All right, phone, keys, phone. The funny thing is that I'll probably be saying all of this stuff out loud to myself anyway, but at least now there's a camera. There's still nobody in here that I'm actually talking to. But okay, all right, phone, keys, lessons, copies for tomorrow, water, flare pens, bag, lunch. Okay, this should be everything. I don't know, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but whatever. My super, super comfortable shoes, you guys. These are my most comfortable. My Tom's wedges. Well, they're not really wedges, actually. I have a bunch of Tom's wedges. These are like, they have like a stacked heel, but I love these. I have a blog post about them if you want to see more pictures of them, but oh, I'm so obsessed. And it's raining right now. The sky is so gray and gloomy. Getting water on my camera. Which was really cool. I didn't even realize that that museum existed, and it's like right around the corner from everything that we do. So that was really cool. Now we are stopping at home for just a quick second. We just made a quick pit stop. We're gonna get Jensen's diaper bag and then go see John Green. And I was talking to one of the other teachers about it today, and I was just explaining to her, like, he's so amazing to me because, for one, he's like the original vlogger. Like, this is only possible because of John and Hank Green. Like, they are the reason that normal people are on YouTube. And I love like the Vlog Brothers stuff. I love the Crash Course history stuff, and then all the other Crash Course like spin-offs. I love his books. I just think that he actually makes the world a better place. Like, he makes the internet more awesome, and I love it. So I'm really excited just to hear him talk and get his book and everything. So hopefully this little one eating his banana over here is cooperative. We're gonna go get some dinner too. Hi. Sure. Don't forget to be awesome. We're the last stop on the trip. Oh, John and Hank Green. I didn't realize they're both gonna be here, actually.
I didn't either.
The Vlog Brothers themselves.
Of the city of Indianapolis. In this particular situation, the crow doesn't fly.
No idea that Hank knew how to play the guitar when he uploaded his first song to YouTube.
Okay, before I end this vlog, let me just show you what I actually got at Turtles All the Way Down. So we got a tote bag, which is pretty cool. And these were just like on our seats as we came in. So it's kind of nice that we just got everything right away. And so I had to leave a little bit early with Jensen, and I didn't have to like miss out on anything. And then we got this tour poster, which I need to put up somewhere in my classroom. This totally has to go up. Turtle is all the way down with John and Hank Green, and then it's got all the cities on the tour, so that's pretty cool. And I'm not exactly sure what this is. It's just like a little guide. Oh, a collection of short poems. Actually, that's really cool. Oh, well, this is pretty neat because this is maybe some things that I could actually use in my class, and then I could tell them it's from John Green. A crossword puzzle. Match the quote with the book. These are just kind of like funny little exercises that I could use with my kids. And then finally, the book itself, which I have not actually read yet. I'm so excited. I didn't want to buy it before, I got this one, but then this one is signed by John Green, so I'm not going to put this one on my shelf. I'll get a different one for my kids, but I always want to read it first just to like make sure everything's good. Usually John Green books have like a little bit of like awkward teenage sexual activity and sometimes like death or like hard issues, so I just want to read it first before I put it out there. And sometimes there are books that I won't let my 6th graders check out, but I will let my 8th graders check out. So sometimes John Green ones fit into that category. So real quick, I just wanted to kind of recap some of the things that they said at the book talk. John Green came out and did a little reading, and then Hank Green came out in a turtle costume and did this like whole science presentation that was strangely entertaining and really hilarious. And then both of them came out and they answered questions from the audience. So as you were going in, you could write down questions on a card. And some of the things that kind of stuck out to me, one question that John Green got, because the character Asa in this book struggles with like obsessive compulsive thoughts, and she has a bit of OCD, and John Green himself has that as well. And so he was just talking about how people kind of push this false narrative of how artists kind of have to be like a little bit mentally unstable, and they kind of have to ride that line between like insanity and sanity, and they've got to be right there in order to be creative. And he said that he kind of fell into that belief a little bit, and he like went off of his meds for a while, and he said it was just so destructive and he could not create anything when he wasn't well. And so he just wanted to dispel that myth that you kind of have to be like eccentric to be a creative person or to be a writer. And he said for himself, he needs to be healthy in order to write. Plus, he said it was really hard on the people around him when he wasn't healthy. So I liked that he talked about that. I thought that was interesting. Another kind of cool thing that they said, somebody asked the question, like, I'm a senior in college, what should I do next? And most of us have probably been there, and this person was very stressed, like, okay, what am I gonna do? I've got to pick just one thing. And John and Hank were answering the questions together, and they both said, like, you don't really have to pick one thing. Like, you're gonna do multiple things. Maybe you'll have, this particular job, but you might have a side job, and then you'll be a friend, and you'll have hobbies, and you might be a spouse and a parent, and we're very multifaceted. So we don't necessarily have to stress about like the one thing that we're gonna do for the rest of our lives. And you could always like switch jobs if you need to. And coming from Hank and John, like they write, Hank's coming out with a book soon, they make YouTube content, they created VidCon, they vlog, so they do a lot of different things. So coming from them, it's like, yeah, they just kind of used all of their talents and all of their passions, and I don't know when they sleep, but I think that they really make the best of like all the things that they're good at. And I noticed that like Derek and I try to do that as well. Like we teach, but then I do my YouTube stuff on the side, and like Instagram, and I used to teach music, and I coach, and I do things that are creative, and I'm a mom, and I'm a wife, and we like to go to concerts, we like to go to movies. And even though I'm a teacher and I love being a teacher, it's not the only thing about me. That's why I named my channel Too Cool for Middle School. I am super passionate about teaching middle school. I love teaching, but there are other things in my life. Sometimes I'm just too cool to talk about teaching. We can talk about other things. We can talk about books. We can talk about food. We can talk about being a mom, or being a friend, or being a wife, or traveling, or ethical fashion, or music, or whatever. So I just like to leave you with that thought, is that you don't have to just be one thing. You can follow all of your interests and do whatever you want with your life. Do the things that make you happy. So if you ever get an opportunity to see Hank or John Green in person, I think it was a really cool experience, although you can see like probably like years worth of content of theirs on the internet. Literally, like if you could just line up all their videos, you could probably sit and watch them for like a full year. And I recommend that as well because it's really good. So anyway, thank you so much for watching a day in my nerdy life. I'll try and do more of these type of vlogs. I do like to be able to show you, you know, my classroom a little bit and then the things that I do after school and some of my other interests. So this was fun. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.